What's up, guys? How's it going? It's your boy 6.2 Hellcat. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are having a blessed day so far. First and foremost, I do want to thank each and every one of you guys. If you did not see, we just hit 10,000 subscribers on the channel just last night, so it's a huge accomplishment for us. I mean, just a few months ago we were at like 1,000 subscribers. When I first got this Hellcat Daytona here, I had just cleared like 1,000 subscribers. So to see the channel grow so much over the past few months and see the YouTube family growing with us, it's honestly a wonderful sight to see. So just want to thank each and every one of you guys for that. I mean, it's your channel just as much as it is mine, so if you guys have any videos that you guys want to check out, just or you guys want to see in the future, just, you know, drop a comment down below and I'll try to make a video on that. So this is all for you guys, so hope you guys do enjoy the content so far, and the road to 100K pretty much begins right now. So start to get more serious with the channel. Just last night I was working on some merch, so I'm planning to come out with some shirts, some sweaters, some hats probably, and definitely I was thinking about some keychains. So I know Rush has a little side boot keychain, so I was thinking about making like a keychain, like a wide body Charger keychain. So I personally, in my head, it seems like a pretty cool idea. So if you guys are interested in it, please drop a comment down below, just so I know that you guys are supportive of it. But anyways, let's get right into today's video. So I'm sure if you guys guessed by the title, we're gonna talk about the RTs and why you shouldn't get one. So before anyone gets a little too booty tickled on the topic, if you are new to the channel, you don't know much about me, let me start off by saying I used to have an RT. So I didn't just start off with a Hellcat, I didn't just get a Hellcat and I'm just learning about these cars right now. I've owned Mopars pretty much my whole adult life. So I started off with a 2015 Dodge Challenger RT. I got that at age 20. I was like, okay, I'm out of my teenager years, I need a man car. So I ended up getting a Challenger RT. I had that car for about 7 months, and then I traded it in for an RT Scat Pack. So I had that Scat Pack for a while. Actually, I had it for about a year, and then I got the Hellcat. So I got my first Hellcat. So I had a 2016 Challenger Hellcat in Redline Red. Absolutely beautiful. It was the first Hellcat that I had. The first true fast car that I've owned. And then 3 years later, I ended up picking up this and trading in my old Hellcat. Picked up the Hellcat Daytona. So I'm not new to the Mopar scene. I've owned multiple Mopars in my life, so I think I'm pretty well qualified to talk about the RTs. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about the RTs today and why you shouldn't really get one. So we're gonna go for a drive like usual. We're gonna talk about this car, so as to why you should not get one of the RTs. So let's go ahead and start up the car first. Let her warm up, let her rip for a sec. Alright guys, and that's pretty much the only reason why you shouldn't get an RT. I'll see you guys in the next video. No, but seriously guys, let's get right into the topic at hand today. So pretty much the RTs. I wish I had my boy RT Drod here, because I would like to get his opinion on that matter, since he's owned an RT for a while. And if you guys did see his channel, he just bought a supercharger for, I think he bought like a torque supercharger or some weird supercharger. I've never heard of it personally, but anyways, he's in Tennessee right now, so my boy is not here at the moment. So I guess I'm just gonna do this solo today. So let's go ahead and talk about the pros of why you should get a Charger or Challenger RT. And there's only a few on this list actually. So the first off, it's definitely gonna be the price point. So the RTs are very cheap to get. On my old RT that I had a 2015, and mind you, this was the first generation of the RTs, the new generation that came out in 2015. So I think my payment was like $355 a month for an RT. I got it for a little bit over 30 grand. So it's a pretty good price for an RT. It's definitely really affordable. I mean, you could get like a nice Honda Accord for close to that, so might as well just get an RT at that point. But nowadays I'm sure it is much cheaper, especially Dodge has been saturating the market a lot over the past few years with all these different models, so I'm sure the RT has definitely dropped in price a little bit. And you could do a lot of the RTs now. I mean, that comes with the SRT, like the visual package, which I really don't like. It has the grill and stuff. I really don't like how even the V6s can come with that little package now, just because it kind of just takes away from the SRT and Hellcat excitement. I mean, you buy a Hellcat because it stands out amongst all these other cars, and Dodge has pretty much thrown the SRT you know, the bumper and everything into even the V6s, which that really pissed me off. But anyways, we're getting a little bit off topic here. So the RTs, they are really cheap. I'm sure you can find one for really cheap. Secondly, the only other reason why you should really get an RT is because if it's your first muscle car. So if it is your first muscle car, then it kind of does make sense why you should get an RT, because if you're upgrading from like a Civic or like a Toyota Camry or something that doesn't have a lot of power. I mean, the RTs don't really have too much power either to begin with. They come with 375 horsepower, which I mean it's a decent amount, but for a muscle car nowadays it really isn't much. But if it is your first muscle car, I would definitely suggest getting an RT. If you do think you can handle the power, then I would highly suggest upgrading to the Scat Pack, just because of the reasons that I'm about to give you right now. But that's pretty much the only other reason why you should get a road and track package car, is because one, the price is really good, and secondly, it's your first muscle car. So now that we got the pros out of the way, let's go ahead and get right into the fun part, and that is the cons as to why you should not get a Charger or a Challenger RT. So I wish my boy RT Drod was here so he can give us his feedback, because he has an RT and he's also put a ton of money into the RT to try and make it go fast. So that's a topic that we're going to talk about as well. But first off, let's start by saying the 5.7 liter platform is very unreliable in my opinion. So we're gonna go ahead and get into my little story of my Challenger RT and why I got rid of it. So I told you guys that I traded in my Challenger RT after like 7 months of owning it, but I didn't give you guys a reason why. So let's go ahead and talk about why. So if this is your first muscle car, if you were anything like me, you guys probably went all crazy over it. I mean, the first day that I got it, I took it up to the canyons with my friends and started doing burnouts and donuts and stuff. So I had a lot of fun with that car. I mean, I was young, I was 20 years old, so obviously it's expected owning a muscle car at that age, especially when they first came out. Muscle cars were starting to get more popular again around 2014, 2015, as far as the Mopar lineup goes. So I went up there, did burnouts, donuts. I abused the living crap out of that RT, and trust me when I say those RTs are not built to handle that kind of abuse like all the time. So 7 months in, I was cruising on the freeway. I had like a Flowmaster exhaust on it, which by the way, it was terrible. The drone was absolutely horrendous on the Flowmaster, so I would not suggest getting a Flowmaster if you guys are looking at an exhaust setup. But anyways, so I was just cruising on the freeway. I got off on the streets and I was cruising, and all of a sudden I hear like a loud pop. So I pull over and I'm like, what the hell happened? Did I hit something? And I look underneath my car and my differential is literally cracked. If I can find a video, I'll post it for you guys. I'll put it in the video, but my differential was literally cracked and it was leaking. And so I literally couldn't get it out of gear or anything, so I had to have a tow truck come and take it to the dealership. So the differential cracked like really easily. I mean, 7 months in and the diff cracks. On these Hellcats, I abused, on my old Hellcat at least, I abused it so much harder than the RT, and obviously it's going to handle, because it's meant to handle 700 horsepower, but the RT doesn't come with like the SRT platform that even the Scat Packs do come with, that SRT platform. So this is why I recommend not getting an RT if you are planning on abusing it. Just save your money, get a Scat Pack. So secondly, we're going to talk about building up these RTs. So my boy RT Drod here is pretty much like full bolt-on, and now he just ordered a supercharger for his car since he wants to go faster. Now I will say, all that money that he put into that RT, he could have used to put a down payment on like a Scat Pack or something. He could have used that money into a new car, but I don't know, he's really stubborn. With me and Rush have both tried to convince him to get like to upgrade his car, but he just wants to keep that RT for some reason. But I mean, to each his own. That's his own money, so you know, we really can't say much about it, but we can just try to give him the best advice that we possibly can. But so the RTs, he's put, let's talk about before the supercharger. He did like a full bolt-on setup. He went E85 catless and throttle body or headers or something, and he went to the dyno and he only put down, I think he put down like 365, 375 wheel, which isn't really a lot. I mean, these cars come from the factory with 375 horsepower at the crank, so if I had to guess, it's around like 315, 320 wheel. So for him to spend, I think he spent like over $3,000 on mods. So for him to only get around like 50 horsepower gain with over $3,000 in mods, in my opinion, is just stupid. So sorry, RT Drod, I'm roasting you here, but I mean, it's true. If you had put in that $3,000 into like say a Hellcat's engine, you'd be pushing like a few hundred horsepower more. I mean, 3 grand is like a pulley and E85. You could be pushing like 200 horsepower more easily. So I'm not saying this to scare you guys from getting an RT, but I'm just letting you guys know the facts. If you do plan on getting RT and you do plan on modding it, I would think twice about that, because putting all that money into an RT, why don't you just save that money and get into something that's a little bit faster and that also has the SRT platform? Because trust me, the SRT platform is amazing. Those cars are built to last. So I mean, my old Hellcat is like a testament of that. When I abused that living crap out of it for 3 years, and I didn't have like a serious issue with the motor or transmission in any way. And my boy Draw has had multiple issues. I mean, the way he floors it in his car, in his RT, his transmission feels like it's gonna, honestly I feel the transmission sometimes slipping a little bit, but I do feel like the transmission will probably give out pretty soon if he doesn't build it up or something, and that's just extra money that he has to throw at the car. So honestly, if you plan on making an RT fast, in my opinion, it's just a money pit. Obviously building any car and making it fast is a money pit anyway, since down the line any car is gonna have problems regardless of how well it's built. Rush's Boss 302 is a testament of that as well. I mean, that car was built to handle a ton of power, and he's still having problems with the engine and whatnot. The reason why, oh shit, cop, charger cop. The reason that I upgraded my car so much from an RT to a Scat Pack to a Hellcat to another Hellcat is because I just kept on wanting more and more power. So the RT, trust me, it's fun while it lasts. So I mean, when I first got it, obviously it was my first muscle car, I was like, oh my god, this is so much power. And then honestly, once you get used to it, you're like, okay, well, this isn't shit right now, like I need more power. So Scat Pack is definitely a good place to start. It has 485 horsepower. Honestly, Scat Packs aren't really that expensive either nowadays. You can get one for pretty cheap in my opinion. So just save that extra money, get a Scat Pack. You will have so much more fun with it. It is a much more reliable car as well. And the Scat Packs are honestly more well known. I mean, it comes with a 6.4 liter and it comes with a B badge, which is honestly really awesome in my opinion. Back when I first got my Scat Pack, not too many people had Scat Packs, and that was honestly one of the most unique things about the car was the Scat Pack emblem itself. So I know the SRT models just came with the 392 badge, like on the side fender right here. But the Scat Packs really stood out, man. I mean, I was going to car meets and stuff, and the Scat Pack would stand out more than the SRT model. Not the Hellcat, but like the 392 SRT. It would stand out so much more over the SRT 392 model. Because trust me, guys, you're gonna get an RT, and then a few months down the line, you're gonna get used to the power of your car, and then you're gonna want to throw more money at your car to make it faster. And while all that money that you spent on the RT, you could have used that money and just got a Scat Pack instead. Because trust me, even if you spend all that money in an RT, you're probably not even going to be close to beating a Scat Pack at the end of the day. Honestly, that's just honest opinion on that matter. I mean, the two cars, while their horsepower isn't too different, the reason being is that you really can't just do much to an RT unless you supercharge it, and at that point you're going to have a ton more problems with the car, because the 5.7 liter Hemi is not built to be supercharged or turboed or whatever. They don't really handle forced induction. They don't handle boost too well. So my personal opinion, you would be smarter just to save your money and get a Scat Pack instead, because you're going to be hitting yourself over your head if you throw all your money at your RT and you end up getting gapped by a stock Scat Pack that someone just picked up the other week. So that's just my 2 cents on the matter. Obviously, you guys can do whatever you want, but coming from the person that had an RT to start off with, my personal opinion, don't make the same mistakes that I did. Save your money if you do want more power out of your car. Just save your money and get a Scat Pack. It's not too hard. Honestly, I know a lot of you guys want most cars. You guys, a lot of my fan base, you guys are really young, man. I've been seeing a lot of comments, oh, I'm 18 and I want a Hellcat like right now. I'm like, dude, Jesus, man. Hellcats weren't even out when I was 18, but to own a muscle car at 18 years old, that was like crazy, man. I didn't even think anyone in my high school owned like a muscle car at 18. I mean, you're still young, you still got like your whole life ahead of you. Don't be stupid with your money. If this is your money that you guys are planning to spend on a muscle car, I would say hell no, save it until you finally establish yourself, get a good paying job, because if your parents are paying for it, then it's another thing. And this is also something that I do want to talk about. So there's really no shaming your parents buying a car for you if you're young. There is a problem if you're 30 years old and your parents are paying for your car and doing everything for you. But if you're young, like a lot of people talk crap about, you know, oh, mommy and daddy's money, you know, they're paying for my car, blah blah blah. Like, so what, man? It's your parents love you. They want to give you a car. They want to give you a car that you can drive around with. I mean, a lot of people, their first car, they didn't buy them themselves, especially if you're like 16, 17 years old. My parents bought my first car for me. I had a Honda Accord, like a 2812 Honda Accord that my parents paid. Brand new car. I got it when I was like 18, I think. And there's no shame in that, man. So just don't really care what anyone thinks about it. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not their money, it's your money, or it's your parents' money, or whatever it is. So don't take that to heart, man. So, but anyways, that's my 2 cents on the matter. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. Also drop a comment down below. Let me know what videos you guys want to see in the future. I might talk about the scat packs after this video, since I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to be interested in what I think about the scat packs as well. So we're going to go ahead and talk about scat packs probably in the next video or two. I was going to make a detailing video today, but it's freaking hot outside, so I'm probably going to make it hopefully either tomorrow or the following day. So stay posted for that. The detailing video is definitely coming. I'm really excited to make a detailing video. I was thinking about doing it like a POV thing while I'm washing my car. I think that'd be pretty cool. But anyways, guys, hope you did enjoy the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.